Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more Am I Wrong stories. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. My brother James has a girlfriend, Lindsay, who he's been dating for 7 months. He decided to bring her to Christmas at my house, stay over Christmas Eve and leave the next day after lunch. I'd met Lindsay at drinks before this and she seemed nice. When they arrived, Lindsay walked in and complimented my decorations, large tree in the foyer, and asked how much they cost. I was a bit surprised by the question, but I just said more than I'd like and moved on. Throughout the evening, she asked several questions centered around money. She asked my husband how much he paid for our house, my stepdad how much money he made in his previous job, how much my watch costed. She even Googled one of our art pieces to see how much it sold for and started talking about how crazy it was that we spent that much, which frankly was very uncomfortable. My stepdad pulled my brother aside and asked if there was a problem, but my brother just said it was normal for her to do that, but he did say he'd speak to her about it. On Christmas morning, we all gathered around to open presents, and thankfully Lindsay didn't say anything untoward, so I figured James had spoken to her about her intrusive questions. However, at lunch we were talking about plans for January, and Lindsay loudly said she didn't know how we could afford to do anything in January, as she added up the total we'd spent on gifts and then proudly proclaimed the total amount. The whole table went silent, and honestly I was equal parts shocked and annoyed that someone would be so ignorant. I looked at Lindsay and said, "You are the world's most diligent gold digger. Seriously, would you like to be the family accountant since you're already tracking expenses?" Lindsay stuttered out an apology and tried to explain, but my stepdad just changed the conversation and we moved on. She was mercifully quiet for the rest of dinner. After they left, my brother messaged me saying I'd really upset Lindsay and was out of line with what I said. I argued that he had said he'd talk to her and he clearly didn't. Not that someone should have needed guidance to know how crass her comments were. He is saying I owe both them an apology, but I think Lindsay's behavior was disgraceful. My parents say Lindsay was wrong, but I probably should have said something in private, or they could have, and I shouldn't have said something in front of everyone. I'm just so confused at why Lindsay is so obsessed with looking up prices for everything, especially presents. That's just not a polite thing to do. If someone buys you something, you just accept it. You don't have to go looking at the cost of everything. And even if you do, right? Even if you do, just keep it to yourself. I'm sure some people do that because they're curious. Yes, you can do that, but just keep it to yourself. So no one will feel weird about it. But now that you're like, oh, you bought this for this, you bought this for this, and this is how much it all costed. You guys are so poor. How are you guys gonna go on holidays if that's all you're gonna spend on presents? Seriously, Lindsay? Seriously? I mean, obviously, this person didn't have to stoop to Lindsay's level and be like, you're a gold digger, and call her names and stuff, right? But man, Lindsay, that's annoying as if everything is just centered about money around her. That's annoying. Everywhere she goes, oh, this is this much, oh, this is this much. That's annoying, dude. Just let people enjoy their lives. Who cares about how much they spent on something? What the heck? I'd be annoyed too. My wife and I were expecting a child in October. We are in our early 30s and have been trying for a child for some time. Due to character limits, I won't get into details, but it has been difficult. In February, we discovered that she was pregnant. Obviously, we were over the moon with joy. We began to prepare. We did everything you could possibly do to get ready. We planned a baby shower and sent out invitations. We prepared a beautiful room with a custom-made crib by my father-in-law, and we were extremely thorough in baby-proofing our home. During the baby-proofing, my wife started to suggest that we get rid of my cat, Bubba, who is 12 years old and I've had since he was a kitten. I got him in college, I adopted him, and each of my 2 sisters adopted another kitten from the same litter. Bubba is extremely affectionate to me, so sweet and cuddly. He tolerates my wife, but is not affectionate towards her. To strangers, he is not nice. He has never bitten or scratched anyone, but he does a lot of hissing and yowling at people he's unfamiliar with. My wife was afraid that he'd scare the baby, he wouldn't be welcoming to a newborn, or that he'd hurt her. I argued gently but eventually agreed. In her 28th week of pregnancy, we sent him to live with my parents. He was not happy there. My parents said he cried all day and walked around meowing 24 hours a day looking for me. Dude, this makes me sad. I think it's the fact that animals just don't know what the reason is and they just think you chuck them away. Tragically, my wife and I lost our child just weeks before she was due. Oh no. We still don't have a lot of answers, but it's painful to get into. We mourned. We were inconsolable for weeks. I still cannot think about it without feeling complete agony and loss. After a month, we returned to some level of normalcy, as normal as things could be anyway. We've started to explore adoption. Last week, I told my wife I was going to pick up Bubba to bring him back home. She exploded. She said that under no circumstances would she allow him back in our house, and that I had agreed to have him live with my parents. I missed him. He's been my best friend for years. He's been my loyal companion my entire adult life. She told me that I could pretty much choose between her or Bubba. Are you kidding me? I told her that obviously I would choose her. It's not even a question, but that I didn't understand her reasoning and I felt she was being cruel. She'd lived with Bubba for 10 years and there had never been a problem. The adoption process can take 8 to 12 months on average, and I like to spend that time having Bubba around. We haven't spoken about it since. This is the first fight we've had. Am I being unreasonable in wanting my cat back? I don't think so. Why? Wasn't the only reason they sent the cat away because, you know, they were afraid the cat will hurt the baby? I think it makes sense for him to want Bubba back. Like, obviously, I'm very sorry for their loss too, but I don't think it has anything to do with Bubba. Honestly, I don't even think he needed to get rid of Bubba in the first place, to be honest. And I do feel like the wife probably had something against the cat. That's why she exploded when he said he wanted to bring the cat back. But I do feel like right now, because the wife is still very emotional, maybe that's why she exploded, because she probably thought he meant him taking Bubba back means it's like replacing, you know, the child or something. I don't know. That's the only reason I can think of for her exploding. I can't figure out if I did anything wrong, or if so what, because I honestly have no idea what's going on. Hopefully someone here can give me a clue. Here's the relevant information as far as I know. My brother and his wife are expecting the first girl after 2 boys. I love Ricky and Jace, and so does my sister-in-law, but she has always wanted a girl and is very excited to be having one. She also wants to name the girl Chloe, as she loves that name. My brother hates the name Chloe and really wants to name their daughter Stephanie. They have been arguing about it for a few weeks since finding out the gender. I got to my parents' house late last night and my sister-in-law was the only person still awake. We talked for a little bit and she asked me the weirdest question. She asked if I knew any stories about Great Aunt Stephanie. I was so confused. I literally said, who? Sister-in-law clarified that she was talking about our grandmother's older sister that died when grandmother was a little girl. Our grandma had 2 sisters, but the names were Judy and Lynn. There's no one in our family named Stephanie, as far as I know. I told as much to my sister-in-law. She changed the subject after that, and we went to bed. This morning, my brother and his wife were sulking during breakfast. Even the kids could tell. Ricky kept saying stop being grumpy on Christmas, so it wasn't just my imagination. I got my brother alone and confronted him. He snapped at me for meddling and told me to stay out of his marriage. My brother is pissed at me, and my sister-in-law won't even talk to me. I'm afraid to say anything to my parents and drag them into this, especially since I still don't know what this is. Either my grandmother had a secret sister that I don't know about, but my brother does for some reason, or my brother lied to his wife to convince her to name the baby Stephanie. Both options seem equally weird to me. Maybe there's a third possibility I'm not seeing. Wait, I don't think they're wrong. They just told what they knew, right? Why would they be wrong for that? Huh? Why would they be like, am I wrong for telling her that we don't have a Stephanie in our family? I'm so confused. What's the brother and the sister-in-law doing too, man? Stop acting like kids. Okay, but from this story, I'm pretty sure someone lied. And then the sister-in-law realized she got lied to about the name Stephanie or something. And then the brother is mad because his lie got exposed. And now they're both pissed. You know, the brother is pissed at this person and the sister-in-law is pissed at the brother. It's not this person's fault for just saying something that they knew because they didn't know someone was lying. How would they know? Jeez. Gosh, people. I have a roommate. He has a girlfriend. Call her Elle, since they have been seeing each other. And when she's been staying around, she has walked in on me and put the covers off as a joke. She's also walked in on me and my girlfriend, which was the final straw. My roommate has been doing nothing about this, saying I can't control her. A few days ago, my girlfriend was in our flat and so was Elle. My girlfriend was getting pissed at Elle walking in on us. I told her to sleep naked and she will probably. At 6, me and my girlfriend were sleeping and Elle busted through the door and saw us butt naked together. She screamed like she saw a murder scene. My roommate walked in and told us that we should have been wearing clothes. I told him that she needs to learn about privacy first. He told us we were acting childish. We didn't care if we were acting childish. She needed to know that it's weird walking on people like that. Of course, I totally agree. What is wrong with Elle? Why would she just walk in on people like that? you know? Huh? Why would you just randomly go into someone's bedroom and pull off their covers? Like, she's lucky she's not getting beat, man. Honestly, people want to sleep, dude. What's so funny about pulling someone's cover off and being like, hee 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 hee? Man, dude, I don't think I could have stayed calm, man. I love my sleep. If someone does this to me every single day, I'd be pissed. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.